Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another pickup video. What do we have here? I picked up this Star Wars Pro by Stern. Somebody posted it last Thursday, man. It was too good a deal to pass up. So, yeah, I went and grabbed it. I wasn't sure it was going to happen. The guy was kind of flaking on me all weekend, and then, the ad was up. So it's kind of had me stressed out. Of course, first come, first serve, but the guy was cool. Good to his word. He got back to me today, and I went and snagged it as quick as possible. Yeah, right now I'm just have this off. I'm updating the code. It's on the original .084 code when this was released in 2017. So, yeah, everything's. The guy never touched it. It didn't seem like a pin guy. You rub your finger on here. It's dirty. It just needs a good cleaning, and switch out these old stern rubbers and whatnot. Yeah. So pretty excited. Went ahead and just moved the outrun over here and track and field, and gave me enough room just to be able to still walk out of the garage, get the trash can out. So yeah. We'll see. It's got some various opto errors that it's throwing, and some switch errors. So the menu on this .84 it doesn't seem as friendly as when I had my Deadpool, which is a couple years newer. So I'm downloading the code right now, and hopefully I can install that, and then maybe the menu system will change and make it easier for me to test these switches. So. Other than that, yeah. So, but yeah, it's clean. So, since it was on this code, it says it only had like 150 plays on it, which is pretty crazy. It seems like this thing is way dirty for having just that little bit of play. But this flipper stuck when I was at the guy's house, but it seems to be working now. It's probably the coil stops. I'll change that. But yeah, this thing needs a good bath. Some Novus, take some Novus 2 and 1 to it, and get this all cleaned up and waxed. So yeah, right on. That's it for now. I'll go ahead and I'll do an update video. I'll splice this in with something else later. So I'll be right back, and then we'll check this thing out in action once I get the code updated, and maybe we can walk me through kind of diagnosing these switches for some of you pin guys out there. Be right back. Hey, what's up? Well, we're back here. It's been a couple days. It's now Wednesday night. I filmed this first part on Monday. I had to spend a little bit more time cleaning and waxing. Changed rubbers to some Titan rubbers with whatever I had left over. Yeah, I've ran into some issues. Yeah, I don't know where to begin. I thought this would be a cool pickup video, but I think this is going to turn into a pickup slash repair video. I guess from what the guy told me, he had replaced the trough board when I was there. So I was like, yeah, I didn't think anything of it because those boards go out. But apparently, when I got it home, and the first little snippet of the video, I said I updated the code, which I did, and I got into the menu, and which it's a lot easier to navigate than the one that it came with. So you go to diagnostics here. We'll switch lamps, and then what we'll do is we'll do test all LEDs. So this will throw everything in here. So I went ahead and all those trough errors and optos I went through, and I checked everything. Everything was working. Those errors cleared once I updated the code. But then going through this, I noticed this light's out, this light's out. These are all out. All of these lights are not working down here. So I was, and my in lanes and out lanes or whatever. Lanes, excuse me. So after I posted the video of these not working real quick and posted it on Facebook, Pinball repair. Of course, Also reached out to my buddy Heath at Louisville Pinball Repair. They're in Louisville, Kentucky. And of course, you know, it's more of the same. Pop this play field up, look at all the connectors, make sure all the connectors are in. The node boards are what controls all of these little gadgets here. So I should have had this ready. That's here's just basically the stern node board. I reached out to the guy and asked him, I go, hey, what else did this, was this replaced? Just a trough? He said, no. And he sent me a picture of the trough board and your node board, which would have been the node board 8, which controls everything in the lower play field. And usually you would reseat connectors, and then if things, also to diagnose, you can swap your node 8 with 9, your upper and lower, and see if the problem follows. I was about to do that until I reached out to the guy, and then he sent me a photo of that, and I'm like, oh, okay. So at some point, apparently the node went out, which is fairly common. And what had happened is it took out the trough board, which is on node 8. Also on node 8 would be this first light board, and then all of this, and then this one, and then it changed to these, there, here, all that. So it's weird that this is working, and whoever worked on this didn't notice that these were also not working. I don't know how he missed it, but he did. Or maybe he noticed these weren't working and he just replaced this LED board, this LED light board only. Because this is the first one, and these all chain together. So you got a serial in and a serial out. I'll go ahead and I ordered the boards from Marco. I ordered two from Marco because they were out. And they're about 70 bucks each one. And then Marco was out of this one. They wanted 110 for this, but CoinTaker was sweet. It was 50 bucks for this 5-bank LED board, and then I picked up one small LED board from CoinTaker. So I ordered all that today, and then hopefully that will save my issue. It sucks, and it's just poor design. It just took everything out that's on node 8, that on the lower playfield, which controls all this. Also, too, these single ones are on just single little tiny PCBs, singles, and they're soldered on, on a wire that, plugs into these boards. So it all chains. So hopefully, I'm praying that I just have to fix these and it didn't blow up these single LEDs, because there's 7 or 8 at like $7 a piece. I ordered one just to test, just in case. But, I have 7 or 8 at $7 each. So, you're looking at another $50-something and then all the soldering work to do that. I took this board and I swapped these two, and they didn't work. So I checked the voltages in and out were working. The voltages out here were good. Voltages in were good, but they weren't lighting up. So I stopped at 2. I didn't test all of these. I just tested these 2, and I just stopped. And I was like, I'm just gonna order the light boards. So that's where we're at with this. So other than that, I just switched these rubbers out to Titans and whatever I had, in my little bag over there left over from Deadpool. I'll do the slingshots next, and then hopefully we can get this up and running. I'll go ahead and I'll finish off this video here. We'll stop here, and then we'll pick up again in a couple days when I get these parts, and then we'll pop the playfield open, and then I'll show you exactly how this works, and hopefully I can help somebody in the future. Somebody from France reached out to me on that Facebook post and basically said, no, man, that node went out and took everything with it. It happened to me. I'm like, okay. And sure enough, it seems to make sense. Since this node was replaced, everything was working, so it was hard to diagnose, and then it just kind of all came together as far as figuring out what's going on. So great. So yeah, give me a few days. Hopefully I can get these. The stuff went out today. I'll probably, you know, it's not going to be here. It's late in the week. Probably ain't going to be till Monday or so before I'll be able to finish this up. So let's kick this out of test mode. But the game works. It's just I'm just missing those lights. So, but other than that, yeah, I'm gonna order some rubbers here from Titan, and hopefully finish this up. All right.
3PO.
We'll be right.
You tell that slimy piece of worm-ridden filth he'll get no such pleasure from us.
Be right back. All right, welcome back here. It's Friday. Got a couple boards in. Got the playfield up. I didn't want to bore anybody with trying to set a tripod up and showing you how to do these. It's all pretty simple. So I'll just go over what I did tonight. I replaced the coil stops. It's pretty simple here. It's just 2 bolts on either side. You just pop this off. It's got a washer there, so just put the washer back on the new one. Screw these back in. That's pretty simple. This was completely these stern coil stops. Junk, so it was completely broke off. So next, I got 2 of the light boards in. I was still waiting on the 3rd, which you see is still there, and the drop target board back in here. Here's the old blown out board, and it looks like here's the newer stern revision. So they got the mounting bolts on either end instead of the middle. So I had to basically line this up as best I could, and then just, screw it back down into a new spot into the playfield. So I did that. Got the coil stops done, so that should stop the flipper from sticking. These 2 are now working again. And yeah, I can turn this on and show you it working here. I cleaned the bottom of the cabinet. All that dust and, flipper coil, that coil stop dust was all throughout the bottom. So I vacuumed it out and then wiped everything down. Also too, what was happening, these guys got a shaker motor in here, and it looks like it was one of the older, when it came out, it's 2017. I think probably a year later, Stern issued a capacitor kit for this that basically taps into here and here for the power. That capacitor will keep this board from overvolting when this thing goes off, because what's happening is a slam switch and the tilt is going off, and it was doing that last night. So when I got this, I noticed that the tilt bobber wasn't put in. He had it off. So I assume he took it off because it was doing that. But I don't think, even if you have this off, it's gonna make a bit of difference. It was still tilting for some reason, and that's why. So I went ahead and ordered a little harness that taps into here with the capacitor, and that'll stop that from tilting. So all right, and here we go. So now we're back in business here with these lights. They're working here, and to a pleasant surprise, this one's working, which was cool. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I'm not going to complain. It's going to save me, it's going to save me $80. I've just got to send the one I ordered back to Marco. So that's cool. So this is all working now. I got my out lane, drains, lights working, all these lights. So the only 2 that are missing are these 2 that are tapped off of here. Oh. Yep. Pretty cool. Oh. All right. The only other light that I was having an issue with is one of the flashers in the back behind the Death Star. It's basically this one here. I might have a solder joint that's loose, because I just wiggle it and it'll start flat. It'll work, and then of course once you start playing, the shaker goes off. It shakes it loose. It's just in a very awkward place. I'm gonna have to take that Death Star off, and that's back up underneath here.
Haven't finished with me yet.
I don't know how I'm gonna get to it. There's the Death Star there, and there's a mounting plate I'm gonna have to get to. Take that off to be able to take the bracket off to get the, it's just a wedge socket. So maybe I could take it apart and maybe resolder it, reflow it, you know, or replace it. It's just, you know, it's a few dollars. It just sucks that it has to be in such an awkward position. Oh, man, that's about it. If you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I think we'll call this video good. What I'll do is go ahead and set the tripod up for you guys. Maybe just fire up a game, even with that trough light out, and then we'll call it good. All right, I'll be right back. We'll set up a tripod. All right, here we go. I'll just maybe fire up a game here, show you guys. I'm sure most everybody's played this. Sorry for the view. I mean, I don't really have a proper setup to properly display pinballs games. I'd like to really probably get into streaming. That'd be cool, like some of the guys on Twitter do. Yeah, let me just fire up a couple games, maybe one. As you can see, all my lights are working down here. So almost there. So you can basically you have, of course, Luke, R2, Leia, and Han, and you can pretty much pick whatever character and then progress through the game that way.
You're not actually going into an asteroid field.
They'd be crazy to follow us, wouldn't they?
It's a little cheesy mini game here. Just press the flippers to avoid the asteroids. Just left and right flippers. Damn. These are the different modes. I think I can pass and then stack them. I'm pretty sure. That's it.
Control, you must gain control.
You know, like, I get Escape from Boba Fett going.
Mystery is lit. Multipliers doubled. Double multipliers.
Oh man. Again?
The odds of us surviving this are 1,138 to 1.
Level 2, so it looks like it might get a little bit harder here.
fleet of Star Destroyers coming out from space is clear. The shock multipliers are now doubled.
Ah!
You must unlearn what you have learned.
There we go. Ah! Fuck. Yep, that's it.
Remember, the Force will be with you always.
Oh. Alright, we'll just do one game here. That wasn't too bad, about 7-minute game there. And then this flasher isn't flashing. Just press the little button. You gotta take that bracket off. And that does not look fun to get to be able to take that bolt off. Uh-oh. Right on. Alright guys, I'm pretty excited to this. Add this to the lineup. Sit here and mess around with this, get this fixed. And that'll be it. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Everything's off. My internet's down. The one thing, if you have Wi-Fi strips to turn everything off and on, if your internet goes down, then now you're stuck powering everything on the old-fashioned way. Boo-hoo, right? So, alright, take it easy. Later.